Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Invention Stitcherer. I don't know why that's a tongue twister for me, but it just is. I have been working on my Hands Across the Sea 2026 sew along, working on getting that stitching caught up. And I decided to take a break for a little bit. Um, I think I had mentioned that I had some things straggling in, as far as some stocking up and getting some different quilting projects that I have planned for the new year set up and ready to go. And a new one that, of course, I decided to do. You know how that is on a quilt. Then I decided to go ahead and order the finishing kit for the February Fat Quarter Shot Sew Sampler project that came in their box. I really love it, and I have the perfect place for it. I'm going to use it as a pad to go underneath my featherweight sewing machine. I think it'll look really cute there. Anyway, and there were some other things that I needed, and then something else I bought that I had never tried before, and I'm going to go over that with you. And I also bought, I'm not going to go over some other things that I did. I bought, just because I've already put them away. I've got a lot of red samplers pending. And there was our Walmart here, for some reason, had their DMC marked down to 29 cents a skein. And I went there, and it's primarily red they had left. And I asked her, are they getting rid of DMC? And she said, no, they've just got a whole big new order coming in. And she didn't know if it was corporate, but she does know there were more coming in. But they don't have that big of a display of DMC at Walmart anyway. It's just one tiny little rack at ours anyway. They may have bigger ones at other Walmarts. You know how that goes. But anyway, they had all different shades of red left. So I bought all of it at 29 cents a skein. And the reason that I did that is I've got a lot of red samplers coming up. And so why not do it at 29 cents a skein? Hey. So I did that, and then I bought some size 26 needles. Now, and the reason I'm even bringing that up, I bought a lot of 26 needles. They were from Hobby Lobby. And Hobby Lobby was totally out of 28 needles. And I was talking to some people on the group, and which leads me to the first of that, because I'm doing haul orders is what it is. And I'm going to talk to you about what all I got. I want to tell you ahead of time, I tried to get everything open, as much of the crinkliness gone. I love the crinkly sounds. I'm not going to lie to you. But I know a lot of people don't. So I tried to get as much of that pre-opened and things like that, so you didn't have to listen to it. I even had someone mention they didn't like the noise when I pulled the tape off of the box one time. So I just said, well, hey. But anyway, someone told me when I was talking about the issues I was having getting needles around here, I guess I was going to have to start ordering them. They suggested I try these Black Pony tapestry needles in size 28. And just raved about them. And so many people were raving about them that I went ahead and ordered, I think, 5 packages of them. And, you know, in the world of doing a lot of needlework and cross-stitch and things, this really isn't that many needles. Go through a lot of needles. But anyway, so I went ahead and got them. And I can tell already I love the size of them. I like the way the eye is. It's a longer, more open eye, if you can see it, and it's black in color, so you should be able to see your thread going through there easier if you have problems with that, and I do. And there's 5 needles per pack of size 28, so I'm anxious to give these a try. And of course they just got here, So now everything I've got going right now, I've got multiple different threads kitted, needles threaded up already. So I don't know if I'll start in on these tonight or not. But I got these from 123 Stitch, and they were $2.99 a package. And that's about what the Hobby Lobby brand of needles was that day I was up there. So that came from 123 Stitch, and that's there. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is from CollageQuilter.com. I am a subscriber to her monthly fabric bundle, and she curates it for collage quilting. I love collage quilting. And I've got some new projects coming up, and I thought when I got ready to do those, I would do them here on the channel, and maybe you guys could go along. Now, what she does on her fabric bundle of the month is to help you build your stash of fabrics. And so they're not huge pieces of fabric. I think they're width of fabric by about maybe 5 inches, something like that. Width of fabric by about 5 inches. And then every month it's a different theme. And this month was March, Luck of the Irish. Go give. And, you know, this happens to be one of my favorite colors. The whole kind of color ranges that are usually around for St. Patrick's Day, I just love them. I'm not Irish, but I love these color ranges. So you can see here's how wide the pieces are. And as I said, they're the width of fabric. And the club is $17 and some odd cents a month. And then you pay shipping on it. Now, she also has color coordinated bundles that she sells on her site. They're bigger than this. They have more fabric, and they're $39, I think. And then she has another one that's the blue and white fabrics, like the blue and white Asian vases, that type of thing. And that's actually what people use them for. Is she has multiple different patterns where you use that kind of fabric to make vases. And so she has a bundle like that, and then she has another bundle that's for fussy cutting. So in addition to all the color palette bundles, she's got those, and those are $39 and something, plus shipping and tax. But like I say, these are different every month. So what I'm going to do is show you. It comes with a coupon on the back, which I've got covered because a coupon code, because it's for people who subscribe to the box. And then it comes with a thing talking about the colors of the fabric. But what it is you get 20% off if you purchase any yardage of these fabrics. And she cuts all the way down, I think, to 1/8 of a yard. And the reason that she does that is most of her customers are collage quilters, but she also has some quilt patterns. Now they're not really on her site so much as they're on, I think, Riley Blake's site. She used to be a designer for Riley Blake, and it just sounds like, oh no, it's Bernina's website. They're on Bernina's website. She is she does work cooperation with Bernina for different things. So I thought I'd just show you the fabric that came in Marches. So we'll go up close so you can see the pattern, and off to a distance you in general get a better idea of the color. So here's this one, this one. And I am learning so much by doing her patterns that I kind of feel like there's some things I'm actually coming up with some ideas of doing some of my own. I'm going to wait and see if I actually am able to at least create my own pattern of what I want to do before I talk about it too much. But these are a lot of my favorite shades of green here. So, and you can see they're all different. They're not exactly the same shade or anything like that. and they're nice fabrics. Some of the fabrics she sends are from her own line of fabrics. Her line of fabrics, which she doesn't sell through another maker or anything like that. It's her own company, it's her own fabric line, everything for collagequilter.com. She used to be a designer some years ago for Riley Blake, but she's out on her own now with her own company. And her line of fabric is called Verdant Fabric. And then she has different lines within Verdant. That's her brand name, is Verdant Fabric. And then she's got different lines in that. So there's that one. Not everything in these packs are from her own line of fabric, because she's curating fabrics for collage, and she curates from all sorts of sources. So you don't have to worry that you're only limited to her fabrics. She tries to give you a good variety. So there's that. And I just love her line, as I said. And I hope to continue subscribing. Now, I don't know how many spots she has. If you are interested in this fabric club, what you would do is go see if she has any openings right now. And then if she doesn't, you can sign up to be on the waiting list. And it doesn't usually, as when somebody else decides not to do it anymore, that creates an opening, and then she can pull someone else in. Okay. Now, the next thing I got was from the Fat Quarter Shop. And I'm going to first talk about some smalls that I got. I got some bling, first of all. I'm about to make several Jane Austen project bags. I love Jane Austen, by the way. Plan on making one that'll kind of correspond with each of her books. But anyway, and here's one. And you know Riley Blake is the official fabric producer for the reproduction fabrics. They were officially authorized by the Jane Austen House in the United Kingdom. So they're the official producer of that fabric and some of the other Jane Austen items. And so this is one of them. And they do have some other. They're mainly things like this. I don't think they have any. Oh, and then they've got some needle minders. Some of them are sold out right now, and I'm waiting to try and get those. I love Jane Austen, so I have to, of course, do that. And then I decided to get some thread bling, is what they call it. This is the Gingham Love Thread Bling from Lori Holt, Be In My Bonnet, and it's upside down in the package. Here's the packaging, and it's upside down, so I'm going to show it to you. And so I thought that was a cute one, so I just ordered it. And it will go along with one of the projects bags that I'm fixing to sew and put together from some of the Lori Holt panels. So the embroidery charm hoop. See, what this is if you look at it, it's an embroidery hoop with the fabric in it, and then the center of it's supposed to be embroidered, you know, her embroidery work. Because Jane Austen was a quilter, and she did embroidery. And anyway, that was $8.48. The Gingham Love Thread Bling kit set there was $12.48. Now, this next thing is the finishing kit for the project within the February Sew Sampler box, which was my first Sew Sampler box. I loved it. And it is this, and they call it a table runner, but it's more like a tablecloth, or like I say, it will fit. It will be a nice. It measures 16.5 by 28.5 inches, and I'm going to use it underneath my featherweight as like a pad underneath my featherweight. So anyway, and so it comes. This is the background fabric. And it did come with some of the background fabric in the kit, because you got a 10-inch or a 12-inch, I can't remember, stacker. So anyway, and some of this same fabric was in there. So we'll see if it has me cut it to go within the design itself. It looks like it does. So this truly will be the background. Okay. Oh, there's plenty of it here, it looks like. Anyway, so this is the, it's 7/8 of a yard. The kit was $33.98. It came with 7/8 of a yard of the background fabric. It's from Lori Holt's line, of course. Then that one is just called Leaf. Then it came with 3/8 of a yard for the binding, and this material is called Tea Rose. Once again, that's a Lori Holt. And then the backing, and I just love this fabric. It's also called Tea Rose. So, but it's a totally different pattern. So let me show it to you. It's like newspaper, vintage newspaper. Open it up and show you some more of it. And there's a little bit of this in the stacker as well, and it's black instead of red. Isn't that cool? And so this is the backing, and this is in the Lori Holt. All of this is from the Lori Holt Farmer's Daughter collection, from Riley Blake's design, and this is called the Butter Churn Table Runner, is what the kit that came in the Sew Sampler box was called. Now there were other patterns and stuff that came, but this is what the primary, the main focus of what you want to call it, project is that's in there, was this. So, and then also part of the trim is this rickrack. I don't know if this is in the Lori Holt rickrack or not. It just says Raindrop Large Vintage Trim, 3 yards of it. And where it is, and it's hard to say, I don't think you can see it, is there is a rickrack trim right here. And it's really cute in there. I was very satisfied with the box. I thought it was a good value for the money. And I just really liked it. So I cannot wait to see what comes in March. Oh my gosh. Now, I think in March, they're starting a new block of the month in the Sew Sampler box as well. Now, the block of the month, you provide your own fabric. So you would take it from your stash or whatever. And for me, I'm hoping to use it as a stash buster. So anyway, so that is what this is. It's this finishing kit. And I have, I don't normally order the finishing kit, but I really like the fabrics and things that were in this one. So, and I thought it was a reasonable price. Now, this next thing, I don't think I'm going to go through each and every fabric in these next things, but I am going to show you these. And I'll go through the fabrics, but what it is they're different colorways repeated through both of them. Normally that's how these are. So let me open up this one. Tear it up, Jackie. Okay, and what they are is they're the Moda scrap bags, and I love these things. Now, I'm not going to lie, I have used them similar to what people would use jelly rolls for, but the issue with that is that you cannot rely on them being the correct measurement for a jelly roll. So, and they'll tell you these are scraps, okay? A lot of the measurement, a lot of the pieces, a good chunk of it is taken up by the selvage, or this feathered area here. I think this is what's on the, towards the end of a bolt. I'm not positive. But anyway, so I'm going to show you basically both of the ones I got today. And the other one I'm looking at through the this plastic window that's on the front. And it looks like it's from a different collection of fabric. But I'm just going to go through let's see. And this one you can't really see. There's like almost like a little beigey print on here. It's kind of beige. It's almost no print. And then this one here, there's more of it more print on there. It is a totally different fabric. But it is cranes and trees, and it looks like an Asian garden, only it's just barely there. The lily pads, and I think you're going to see how all of this fabric is related. I think as I'm sitting here looking at it and kind of thumbing through it, to me, now this might not be from the same line, but I have a sneaking suspicion it is. And you can see here that this is like let me turn it around because it's upside down. But you can see how there's the Asian garden. I'll bet you this is in here in different colorways. Let's find out. Yeah, see, here's a green one. Yeah, Asian garden. And then see, here's that one in green. And then there's it looks like pebbles or something. And then more of the water lilies. And then here's one that's just cranes. They must have a line of this. And that's kind of like a modeling kind of. Can you see it? Yeah. That's like a pine green sort of color. Okay, here it's starting over again, and they're in this blue colorway. You've got the pebble. See, here's an example of how they're scraps. They won't be all the same width. I mean, a lot of them are big and long, wide enough. You could use them to make some sort of strip quilt or something similar to what you would a jelly roll, but do not count on it. And do not count on them being the same fabric line. Like this one looks like it is, so we'll see about the other one. But I've had them totally not be from the same fabric line. It depends on what they're cutting, I think, when they make these up. So this is the same thing, kind of like in a blue pebble. I don't know. And I can't really see the name of the fabric line on here. So far, none of the, maybe if I open it up all the way, but I don't want to be hard to package it back up. It says it's called Watermarks. This one, Watermarks. And these are all Moda fabrics. So here's okay, so now we're like back at the beginning in this blue colorway. And then there's the kind of modelly. I don't see any of the Asian, the Asian arched bridge or anything like that, but I'll bet you further down that blue fabric that's on there. Oh, yep, there it is, just a little bit further. So I don't know how often that repeats itself. Yeah. So let's see here. And it all repeats itself over again in a different shade of blues. I'm not going to make y'all go, and then we're kind of back to a different shade of greens again. Let's see, I'll show you that main. See, it's a different shade of greens. And in here, what is this? Anyway, I like it. I mean, I like Asian art, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it, but I do really like it. You always can use things like this for collage quilting, but you can use them for a lot of different things. I mean, yeah. So anyway, let's see here. And then I got another scrap bag. These were from the Fat Quarter Shop. If you go onto Amazon, these were running about $22. because a lot of different fabric stores sell them. On the Fat Quarter Shop, they were 15, and they had the same weight. So, a half pound of fabric. So what I ended up with doing was getting 2 of them. So I got a pound of fabric. This one was partially opened. Let's see. Oh, that's pretty. Now, see, this one I can see the name of the fabric. It's Peachy Keen by Corey Yoder of Coriander Quilts. So let's see if this is all from the same line or what. Like I say, I can already tell that, you know, they're not all, because you've got this is a pretty wide selvage on here that's being, you know, so it's not 2.5 or whatever. So, but how it's very, very useful. Okay, and there's a couple pieces of that color. And this one also I can see where it's, this looks like so far this is all from the Peachy Keen. This one I can't really see a selvage on, but I'll bet you it is. Yeah, this is all part of that line. And then here it starts over again, kind of a gray background. And then there's this kind of a gray plaid checked here. That I don't think that was in the first one. And then, so it isn't all the same through. This one's peaches. Peachy Keen. See, this one's all gray, but it's part of the Peachy Keen line, according to that. So these are Peachy Keen scraps. Little florals. Yeah. And I love these for English paper piecing. And I'm very much a beginner at that, but I got out some of the old ones that I had around for a long time and was going to town, making octagons and hexagons, and practicing for a quilt I have coming up. So peach, and then here's a blue, one of the checkers. I wouldn't really call that a gingham, but yeah. This fabric is called Blue Skies and Peach Pies. The little square. And this one doesn't say, but in the other colorway, it was part of the Peachy Keen line, so. Okay. And this one, I don't know if these lined ones are part of the same line, because so far neither of the colors that I've seen it in have had more peaches, have had a selvage on them. So. Yeah, see, most of it so far, though, is part of the Peachy Keen. Okay, this is like repeated like 3 different times in here. And then we're back to this fabric again. But I've gotten these things before, had Christmas mixed with Halloween, mixed with spring, different things. Nothing that really made any sense to be together. It's just whatever they were cutting when they were making up the packages. So, now see, that one doesn't, oh, okay. We came to the end of it. I was about to keep on going, showing you guys the same thing over again. Now, where did I put that bag? So, these will be some things I'll be able to use. And I've got different types of projects coming up that I'll be able to use these for. So, probably in a couple of months, I will order some more of them, actually. All right. I'm going to put all this in, and then I want to show you my box I got from Missouri Star. I have never ordered from Missouri Star before, so this is a first for me. Oh, that's not true. I ordered some stuff around Black Friday or something. Yeah, what I ordered this time is one of their Into Bolt boxes. I think this box was $99. Not remembering for sure. Maybe I'll find the, I think every couple people have asked me how much it was, and I think I've said a different price each time. I can't remember what it was. There might be an invoice in here, or I might have gotten rid of it. But anyway, I'm going to start showing you what's in here, and we'll see what I got. This is kind of a gray on a black. The types of things that I like to do are make project bags, cosmetic bags, things like that. And I like to use them for my collage quilts, just different things like that. I also just like to put together blocks. And a lot of those go into project bags and things like that. But anyway, so we'll see what we end up with. Some of this will be appropriate for that, and some of it no doubt won't. Now, these are jellyfish. This would make a really pretty binding. And then here's a lighter version of that. It's pretty. I wonder what, let's see if I can see whose line this was from. Something Wonders. Deanne Beasley from WilmingtonPrints.com. Okay. Dragonflies. This is kind of, I don't know what it looks like in the picture. It's kind of a grayish. And let's see. This is most of about a half yard is what it feels like. And this is called Lake Retreat. Let's see if I'm able to see. I can't see anything else on the selvage as far as an actual maker or anything like that, but it's called Lake Retreat. That's all that shows up on this particular cut. I think this would make a cute lining for inside of a, it might even make a cute project bag. We'll see. But anyway, it's cute. I like it. Okay. Oh, this looks like camping theme here. Let's see. And this is called Lake Retreat by Wilmington Prints. I can't see the name of the designer. But anyway, so it has that. Looks like they're paddling around in a canoe or a boat on a lake. Here they have a barbecue pit and some Adirondack chairs, pine cones. And it repeats again. Now here they're in a different kind of a canoe. Looks like somebody, is a person fishing? No, they're just, yeah, just tooling around out there. And a boat dock. And then we come to the pine cones again. And then a row of trees. Strip in between. So that would actually make a cute project bag for certain types of people. So I don't know if that's what I would do with it or not. I'll have to see at the time. What I end up deciding to do with it. This looks like it could be sea, a sea themed. And then here, well, here is another sea anemone. Jellyfish, I mean. It's a little bit different than the other jellyfish fabric. So, okay. There's two of these in different colorways. This one's kind of a greenish. And then this one is also a greenish blue, but it's a different hue. Let me put them side by side. See, you can probably see that. These are both Underwater Wonders. Deanne Beasley from Wilmington Prints. Okay, This is pretty. Looks kind of bubbly. A lot of from Wilmington Prints. This is cute. It's kind of a, and it's called Essentials. Hello Angel. Licensed to Wilmington Prints. Doesn't say the name of a designer, but you can see it's just kind of, yeah. It's not striped, but that's the best way I'm thinking to describe it. I don't know if I've ever used any brand called Wilmington Prints before. Oh, now this is interesting. It's like a big, bright peacock tail. Gosh, there's a lot of this here, too. I don't have a tape measure, or I would measure it, but let's see here. First, let's see if there's a designer name or company. FigoFabrics.com, and this is, it does have a designer name. Let's see. Heather Riley, and it's called Wild Abandon for FigoFabrics.com. Okay. So supposedly there's about 20 yards of fabric in this box. Okay. And this is kind of like a pink. It's a fuchsia pink of sorts. It's the best way I'm thinking of describing the color. And I'm looking to see who the maker is. Essentials by Susan Winger, Wilmington Prints. A lot of Wilmington Prints. I don't know. I've not really, it's not a company that I'm familiar with. I mean, they seem fine. There's not a heavy starch smell to them or anything like that. I feel pretty confident you guys know what I'm talking about with that. And here's another one with a sea theme to it. That's pretty interesting. They must have had some classes or something at Missouri Star where they used a lot of sea-themed fabrics. This one, it's another from the Underwater Wonder series from the Wilmington Prints. And it's got seahorses, fish, seaweed, sea stars, all kinds of creatures. I don't know if you can see it all or not. Yep. And this we had it in another colorway. And this is also from Wilmington Prints, if I remember correct. Angel. It's called Hello Angel Essentials, from copyright by Hello Angel and licensed to Wilmington Prints. And this is, we had this, remember, kind of stripes, only this is more in like fall colors, if you look at it. I'm going to fold it down, maybe you can get a better view of it. Yeah, it's pretty. I like it. And like I say, they don't smell heavily starched. You know how the cheaper fabrics sometimes, and then the way they're cut on the edges, it's kind of weird. None of that seems to be going on. And this is just a simple white. I don't know. like a white calico or something. Sure. And this is like a marbleized red. This is from Wilmington Prints again. No, Maverick, you stay there. And it's called, it's from Essentials, and it's called Dan Huey Nye. Copyright by Dan Huey Nye at Wilmington Prints. And here it is, kind of a marbleized red. And it's, trying to decide if this is a cool, it's kind of a, more of a warm red than a cool red. It's almost like a cross between the two, to be honest. This is a floral. There's a fair amount of this here. I think probably a half yard, just looking at it. Next time, if I get any of these, I will be prepared to measure, and that should help y'all. But there's some good chunks here of fabric. This is like a little floral, kind of in yellows and greens with a white background. And this is called Wild One. Turn it right side up. White Owl Patchwork Picnic by Susan Wingate, Lumina Fabrics. Okay, so that's that one. I think I like it. I think it's pretty. I can already, there's a fabric that I'm kind of seeing out of the corner of my eye, and I'm thinking it might be a beautiful bag lining with that. We'll see. Now this, I know that this would sell. This one here is going to sell as a bag. Let me see if I can get the chickens right side up, because it's a popular. And I think there's enough here for one bag with some leftover scraps. And it's in blue, and it's roosters. There might be, I don't know, even though we've got chickens here on the property, my brother and sister-in-law have them, I still can't figure out which one's the rooster. I'm used to roosters having these big talons and everything on the back, and they keep telling me it's the one with the double wattle. I can't figure out which one has the double wattle. They all look the same to me. And I'm used to the roosters having the big talons and stuff on their, and none of them have that, so I don't know. This one is very pretty, I think, and it's got a different feel to it. That's kind of interesting. There's not as much of it as there is some of the other. Let's see if it's enough to line a bag. I love the feel of that. I don't know what that... There's definitely enough there to line the bag, but the selvage has been cut off. So I don't know who the maker of that fabric is. I love the feel of that fabric. I don't know what it is, but it's kind of a ivory with dots on it. And they're not... At a distance, it looks kind of like they're all gray, but they're not. There's very faint hues of pink in there, and they're kind of a tannish, grayish, almost greenish. I know, grayish, almost greenish. That seems kind of a strange thing to say. Okay. I'm trying to think if I'm going to have any more haul. I need some cross-stitch fabric for some projects I'm wanting to get going. But it's so expensive, and I'm going to see what all I have in my stash. But I don't really want to compromise for these particular projects. So we'll see if I have something that I think is not a compromise. Work well. Sorry if I'm unable to get that entire thing edited out. My dogs just accidentally almost knocked down my tripod. I'm sorry about that. Now this I think will make a pretty project bag for sure, and that's mainly one of the main things that I plan on doing with these are project bags. Let's see, this might be better to be a tall project bag, you know, make it this direction anyway because of the way the fabric runs. So let's see if there's anything on the selvage to give us any information. Summertime, and it's been summertime. It's been cut off. There's just this wording, summertime. And then there's the dots where they, yeah. I'm going to make project bags for myself, but I'm hoping to. I can't really do it right now. There's a lot going on. Make enough to sell, but at some point I am hoping to. I know that people would love this. I know people who would love this. This next fabric, now that I'm looking at it. For some reason, the print, though, is slightly blurry on it. Not sure. But if you look at it, it's really kind of cool. It's got like an artist palette where the artist did different colors on here. So I think it's, you know, watercolory. That's why it looks that way. It's not blurred. You can see it. There's florals. There's mushrooms. There's the artist would have painted insects. See over here. It's pretty cool, actually. Flowers. And this is Wilmington Prints again. There's words on here. It's embrace the moment. Yeah, it's Wilmington Prints, but yeah, I cannot see the maker. The rest of the of that has been cut off, so I can't really see who was the designer. This is like a Harlequins in gray. Dark gray and light gray. Not sure about this. We'll have to see. But this is Coffee Life by Jennifer Pugh. Licensed by Wilmington Prints. Okay. Oh, look, here's another one like that, only it's black and white. I'm assuming the same printer. This one's got a blanks. It's, yeah, Coffee Life again. So it's just a different color. This one, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but you might be able to, but it's a white on white, and it's a sewing theme. There's scissors, clipper, you know, the little thread clips, a seam ripper, tape measures, needles and threads, an iron. There's all, and a sewing machine. That's really cute. I like that. And then there's kind of like a gingham here, I guess. This is a different fabric. It's not what I would call quilting fabric. Yeah, it's a different sort of weave. Huh, I wonder what I could do with that. Okay, sorry about that. It's, get my, yeah, that's really almost a cross between a quilting fabric and a canvas. It's a little bit different. Okay, what do we have here? This is pretty. It's like a kind of a blackish floral. Blackish and grayish. Sorry, guys. I don't know what to tell you. The rest of it's been, of the designer and all that's been cut off. Huh. Not sure about this one, but what I would ever do with it, but maybe we'll find something. It's construction zone, work zone. Lifters, you know, the under construction type of thing. It's the grays and blacks. probably, let's see. Oh, look at that neck, pretty. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay. Oh, here's that same one again. This is that. Oh, these are those striped ones. Is this blue one one of those too? No, this one isn't. This one's just the dots that we saw. Okay. But this is one of those kind of, they're the dots. It's just the different colorway is green. See it? The stripes like we had before. I really like that, actually. Yeah, that is pretty. Okay. Lemons. I kind of like this one. This one would need to have good, it's more of a silkier fabric. It would need to have definitely be a soft and stable bag. This is by Wyndham Fabrics. It's called Lush Life by Mona Luna. Art and design by Jennifer Moore. And it's these birds. Okay. I kind of like that. I think that one's going to be mine when I make a project bag out of that. Because, I mean, I want to sell some in my Etsy shop. I have an Etsy shop that's empty. It doesn't have anything in it. This is a nice little fabric. I don't like darker fabrics, red fabrics, anything like that for the lining. And the reason being, there's just certain colors of dyes and things in fabric. And it may be an old-fashioned thing, you know, but I would not want that to get on anybody, to rub any coloring off by accident or anything like that on anybody's expensive cross-stitch fabric. Cross-stitch fabric is outrageously priced, and it's not going down. Why? Because the hobby is only growing. They don't need to lower the price on it. But anyway, this is pretty. If you look at it, it's white on white dots. Like, see, something like this would be good, pretty for either an outside fabric or a liner fabric. If you look at it. Even though it's got a little red on it, I can't imagine that would happen with that. That's pretty. Oh, I suddenly figured out. Remember, I called them the Harlequin fabrics? And they were worded coffee. Look at this. Now we know what they were here for. Look at that. It goes with this. Yep. Goes with this. Have you guys seen the new cross-stitch pattern? And I cannot remember. See, I'm about to comment on it, and I can't even remember a lot of details about it. Which designer made it? And it's something about chocolate, and it looks like a chocolate wrapper. What? Anyway, I want to do that. If I can ever find the pattern. Now, there's several. Okay, it's not two pieces of this. There's just different colorways of it. Okay, and this is definitely enough for a front and back panel of a project bag. And just look at it. It's gorgeous. Look at it. I love it. Very, very pretty. Wilmington prints. Everything has been Wilmington prints. Now, I guess last month, or was it the month before, they had all, see, I don't think I can ever say his name correctly. They had all Cafe Facet prints. The end of, yeah, the box was all Cafe Facet prints, which is wonderful for fabric collages, certain types. And then here's the same roses. It's just got kind of a cream background. You can't see it on the screen, but on both this one and the other one, there's like a lattice work. And this one is a very faint gray that's back there on the cream. I don't know if I can get it up there where you can see it or not. And then in the this one, I don't know if you can see it there or not, but it really adds to the picture, you know, of the floral. Okay. And here's another one. You could almost make a Christmas bag out of this one. I wonder if this is a Christmas fabric. I don't suppose it necessarily needs to be a Christmas fabric, but I mean, I think it would work as a Christmas bag. And I have several Christmas projects that need a bag. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I don't have anything I would make this baby fabric for. I'm glad that there's not a lot of juvenile prints in here. I just don't do anything with them. So I don't know. I may see if somebody, I may sell this on my, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know. I think we had another piece of this further down in there. This is that kind of marbleized, I said was a cross between a cool red and a warm red. And here's more of the dragonflies. The other one was in a gray hue, and this one is in a kind of a denim colored hue. Yeah, it's pretty. This one says, fresh air and sunshine, unwind and relax. I think this goes back to the beach theme, where we had the jellyfish. And I think, yeah, I think this goes back. I think that this was all part of a kind of a beachy theme, or going to the lake theme, you know. But to my knowledge, there are not jellyfish at a lake, so I don't think that was from the same line. But this one is called Lake Retreat by Wilmington Fab Prints. Lake Retreat. Fresh air, lake life. Okay, and see, this one's boat paddles for your canoe. And see, this is the colorway. We showed you this one earlier. And now we've got that in kind of a gray. And these are kind of just trees. They look like watercolored trees. You can kind of see the trees in the tree line. And it looks like that all over, it looks like. And then, what is this? Almost looks like where a tire ran over something. I don't know. I'm sorry. That's what I thought when I first saw it. Did a tire run over this? It's also part of the Lake Retreat, Wilmington Prints. So there's that. Okay, looks like we're getting down to the last handful. And we've got this pretty floral. That looks kind of watercolory as well. I've seen this print in other things. It's not really a quilting fabric either. It's kind of a, this is also kind of like a cross between a canvas and a quilting fabric. Yes. And this one is kind of strange to me. I don't do Halloween, so I don't know what I will do with this one, but it's what appears to be gnomes, but like having a broom and and there's ghosts, what looks to be ghosts over here, and like I say, gnomes with a broom. And then so I don't know what I'll do with that one. This one's really cute. I think I know what I'm going to do with it. And I don't know what it's called officially. I'm going to call it Gnomes with Cake. Yeah. And let me show it to you. And there's just gnomes there, yellow gnomes with different kinds of cake. Cupcakes, different decorated cakes. They're really cute. See them? So, and there are enough of this to make a project bag. We'll have to see if that's what I decide to do with it. Okay, so that is all of it. Really, there's the only things that I'm not certain what I'll do with is the ones that, like I said, I don't know, I might make something else. I actually have some more of this that I got for Sashiko because it had the geometric pattern in it. So I may put that with my Sashiko stuff. I don't do Halloween, so I don't know what I'll do with that one. Then these gray ones, and these blue ones that kind of take place by the lake or whatever. I'm not certain what I'll do with those either. And the paddles, just not sure. And the baby fabric. I can tell you that I probably won't do anything with that. I think the coffee one is kind of cute. I may put the gray as the liner because I think the black one is just too dark of a black for the liner. So I may put that in there as a liner. And then we'll do something to the outside to kind of do something neat to it. And this would be pretty. I have an idea for that, but I have to look at my ribbons first and see if I still even have what I'm thinking of. So I'm going to put all of these back in here. I think my puppies want to go outside. I don't know. This was my first fat Missouri Star into bolt box. I'm generally satisfied with it. I think I think there's definitely my money's worth here. There's some of them I wouldn't ever use, but I'm thinking I can pass them on to people that would use them. Now, there could be, too, that some of these ones about lake life and things like that might be useful for finishing cross-stitch pattern. And then I have some Gothic Tula Pink. I call it Gothic. It's from that gray, it was in another mystery box of scraps that I got from Fat Quarter Shop, 108-inch fabrics. And I guess Tula Pink did this line of fabric called Gray or something. I'm not a huge into Tula Pink. I like it. It's not that I dislike it. It's just that there's so many others I'm more interested in. I do have some of her ribbons from about 5 or 6 years ago. The prices were high then, but they're unattainable right now. I would never purchase any of them now because of that price point. But I have quite a collection of them, of Renaissance ribbons, and even some of the French velvet, like I guess I don't remember how wide those are, 5 or 6 inches wide. I'm not certain, I can't remember, but they're really wide. That would make some gorgeous project bags. So, and that's kind of what I'm into making with things like that right now. So we'll see. And I'm sure there'll be some of this used in blocks for quilts and different things like that. Fussy cutting, English paper piecing, different things like that. So we're gonna see what we end up with out of it all. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. But some of it could be finishing for cross stitch, you know, depended on the theme and what you were doing with the cross stitch pattern. I think these are beautiful for binding. And let's say if I were to make a, probably this one, a project bag out of this, find something to line the inside of it with, and this would be the binding for it. Wouldn't that be pretty? So I don't know. We will decide. You need to go outside. Okay. Okay, you guys. I wanted to thank you for watching. Do watch over the next few days. I'm going to be doing some different types of things, some sew-alongs. That'll actually take a couple weeks before that starts to show up, where I do some sew-alongs with some quilts and things like that, and even making project bags. So I have to order a new foot. I think I'll just use my featherweight while I'm waiting. But I'll be ordering a new foot for my main sewing machine, because I would love to possibly try some of those decorative stitches on some of the things. But I've got a lot of projects lined up for the next 12 months, and I want to invite you guys to come along with me. Like I said, I need some soft and stable. I need some batting, and some more zippers. And then I still need some cross-stitch fabric. But I think I've got enough projects already going that I think that's going to be about 8 to 12 weeks before I get those ordered. You know, budget is budget. So, without further ado, I'm going to help my pups get outside. He's really upset. I think he's really needing to go to the restroom. And I will talk to y'all later on the next video. Bye-bye.